The 5-minute routine that beats a 30-minute walk, according to new aging science. What if I told you that just 5 minutes of the right kind of movements could outperform a full half-hour walk? Sounds unbelievable, right? I thought the same, until I went through several new studies in geriatric medicine that completely changed my perspective on senior fitness. One of the most striking findings came from a massive analysis featured in Lancet Public Health. Researchers tracked thousands of older adults and discovered that those who added brief, targeted strength and balance drills to their routine had far fewer hospital visits, dramatically better mobility, and maintained independence years longer than those who relied solely on daily walking. And no, this isn't a misprint. Not hype. Not theory. The data actually showed that 5 strategic minutes produced stronger health improvements than 30 minutes of casual walking, across nearly every aging-related measure scientists tested. The most surprising part? Over 90% of adults in these programs could perform these exercises immediately, even those who struggled with stamina, joint stiffness, or chronic pain. No gym membership. No fancy equipment. Just your body, a stable chair, and a few focused movements. Before we dive into the first exercise, I want you to drop a comment below. Backhand index pointing right, what's your age, and backhand index pointing right, which everyday activity do you want to feel more confident doing? Walking? Stairs? Getting up off the floor? Bending? Let me know, I read every comment personally. Now, let's begin our countdown with exercise number 5. Wall push UPS with a slow hold. It may look simple, but simplicity is not weakness, not at your age. A 2023 analysis in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research revealed that upper body resistance movements similar to wall push-ups increase strength by more than 30% in adults over 65, while also improving neuromuscular reaction speed, the split-second reflexes your body uses to prevent a fall. Here's how to perform it. Stand at arm's length from a wall, place both palms flat, and lean forward slowly for 2 whole seconds. Pause there for 3 to 5 seconds. That brief hold activates your chest, shoulders, arms, and even deep core muscles. Then push back just as slowly. This slow tempo increases time under tension, something proven to build strength far more effectively for older adults than fast repetitions. Start with 3 reps and gradually work toward 8. Too easy. Step back. Too tough. Step closer. If you think that was powerful, wait until you see exercise number 4, the movement that can boost your walking speed without taking a single step forward. Exercise number 4, the secret to faster walking and stronger steps. Exercise number 4 is one of the most underestimated but deeply impactful movements for seniors. Seated leg lifts with light resistance. This exercise targets your hip flexors, quadriceps, and core, 3 muscle groups that work together every single time you take a step, climb stairs, or get up from a chair. What most people don't realize is that the speed of your walk is considered your 6th vital sign. Doctors use it to predict health, survival odds, independence, and even cognitive decline. And yes, this one little movement has been shown to improve walking speed more effectively than walking itself because it strengthens the exact muscles responsible for lifting, stepping, and stabilizing your legs. Here's how to do it safely and effectively. Sit tall in a sturdy chair. Keep both feet planted flat. Lift one leg straight out in front of you until it's as parallel to the floor as comfortably possible. Hold for 2 seconds, long enough to activate the deep stabilizers in your hips, then lower slowly without letting your foot touch the floor. That's the secret many people overlook. Don't let your foot rest between reps. Keeping it elevated slightly forces the leg to maintain engagement, dramatically increasing the strength-building effect. Perform 8 to 12 reps per leg and rest 15 seconds between sides. Once the movement feels comfortable, you can add an ankle weight. Even a single pound makes a visible difference in strength over 2 to 3 weeks. Why is this so important for older adults? Because unilateral training, working one leg at a time, corrects the natural muscle imbalances that form as we age. These imbalances are a major cause of instability, limping, knee pain, and poor gait mechanics. The good news? Your muscles still respond beautifully to training, even into your 80s and 90s. The body doesn't lose its ability to adapt, it just needs the right kind of stimulus. If you're finding this helpful so far, type number 4 in the comments so I know you're following along. Now get ready. Exercise number 3 is the movement you do dozens of times every day, and perfecting it can literally add years of independence to your life. Exercise number 3, the sit-to-stand movement that predicts independence. Exercise number 3 is a game changer. Modified chair squats. Why is this movement so important? Because standing up from a seated position is one of the earliest abilities people lose as they age, and losing it is one of the strongest predictors that a person will eventually require assisted care. Experts even consider sit-to-stand performance more important than treadmill tests for seniors. Here's the right way to perform it safely and pain-free. Use a stable chair that places your knees comfortably at a right angle. Stand with your feet hip-width apart and point your toes slightly outward. This natural angle reduces knee strain. Now here's the most important detail. Push your hips backward first. Most people bend their knees forward when squatting, which overloads the joints. By shifting your hips back, like you're closing a car door with your backside, your glutes and hamstrings absorb the load instead, creating a much safer movement pattern. Lower yourself for about 3 slow seconds until you lightly touch the chair. Don't sit down fully, just a gentle tap. This maintains muscle tension, which is where real strength grows. Then drive through your heels and rise for 2 controlled seconds. That's 1 rep. Start with 5 reps, then build toward 10 to 12 over several weeks. This movement does more than build strength. Studies show it improves motor cortex activation, meaning it actually upgrades the brain's ability to coordinate movement. Better coordination means fewer falls, fewer injuries, and more confident mobility. Chair squat strengthen. Heavy checkmark glutes. Heavy checkmark quads. Heavy checkmark hamstrings. Heavy checkmark core. Heavy checkmark lower back. All in one simple, low-impact movement. If you're finding value so far, hit the like button so more seniors can discover these life-changing techniques. Up next is exercise number 2, the one movement most routines ignore, yet it's the number 1 predictor of whether you'll stay independent in the next decade. Exercise number 2, the calf strengthening move that protects your balance and circulation. Most routines skip the calves completely, but for aging adults, that's a huge mistake. Research shows that calf strength alone can predict whether someone over 65 will remain independent for the next 10 years. That's because your calves do far more than help you walk. They act as a peripheral heart, helping pump blood back upward through your veins. Weak calves contribute to swelling, poor circulation, balance problems, and a significantly higher risk of falling. This brings us to the second exercise. Standing heel raises with balance hold. Stand behind a chair, lightly holding the back if necessary. Rise up onto your toes as high as you comfortably can. This primes the Achilles tendon, calves, ankles, and stabilizing muscles. At the top of the movement, pause for 3 full seconds. Here's the twist. Look straight ahead, not at your feet. This engages your vestibular system, the inner ear mechanism that controls balance. Training this system reduces dizziness, improves stability, and helps you recover more effectively if you stumble. Lower back down in a slow, controlled 3-second descent. That lowering phase is critical. It builds eccentric strength, which is the first type of strength older adults lose. Start with 8 reps, work toward 15. Once 15 feels easy, try performing them on one leg at a time. This is one of the most powerful progressions for fall prevention. This exercise isn't just physical. Brain imaging studies show it increases gray matter density in regions responsible for balance, spatial awareness, and coordination. If you're still watching, type number 2 in the comments to let me know you're here. Now get ready. Exercise number 1 is the most effective all-around movement in modern senior fitness, and the science behind it is absolutely mind-blowing. Exercise number 1, the ultimate anti-aging movement, bird dog hold progressions. We've finally arrived at the number 1 exercise, the single movement that doctors, physical therapists, and aging research specialists consistently describe as the closest thing we have to a full-body anti-aging tool. This exercise is called the bird dog hold, and if you've never tried it before, you're going to be shocked at how something so simple can deliver such profound benefits to your body, your brain, and even your long-term independence. Now, why does this exercise stand above everything else? It's because the bird dog is one of the rare movements that trains your muscles and your nervous system at the same time. Most exercises only challenge your strength. Some challenge your balance. A few target posture. But the bird dog challenges all of these simultaneously, and this combination creates a training effect that scientists call a multi-system stimulus. That's a fancy way of saying it teaches your body to work as a unified, coordinated machine, the way it's designed to. Let's break down why this matters for older adults specifically. As we age, 3 major declines happen quietly but consistently every year. Core stability decreases, making everyday tasks like bending, reaching, or lifting more risky. Balance declines, making falls more likely, especially when you turn, pivot, or step over uneven ground. Coordination weakens, leading to slower reaction time and reduced control over your movements. The bird dog addresses all 3 of these at once. Strengthening your deep core muscles helps stabilize your spine and prevent back pain, something more than 80% of adults over 60 report experiencing. Improving balance reduces fall risk dramatically, and that's extremely important because falls remain one of the leading causes of hospitalizations in older adults. And enhancing coordination helps your body regain the timing and control required for confident walking, climbing stairs, and standing up from low positions. Now let's talk technique, because doing this movement correctly is more important than doing it intensely. Start by placing your hands and knees on a soft surface like a yoga mat. Position your hands directly under your shoulders and your knees directly under your hips. This alignment protects your joints while giving you a stable base. Keep your spine in a neutral position, not sagging downward and not rounding upward. You should imagine your spine forming a long, gentle line from the top of your head to your tailbone. Once you're set, slowly extend your right arm forward while extending your left leg backward. Move slowly and intentionally, rushing through this defeats the purpose. When your arm and leg are fully extended, your body should form a straight diagonal line from fingertips to toes. This cross-body extension activates your deep spinal stabilizers, your glutes, your shoulder girdle, and, most importantly, the neural pathways that coordinate left-right movement. Hold this position for 5 full seconds. During this hold, focus on 2 things. First, keep your hips level, don't let one side drop. Second, keep your core gently engaged, like you're bracing for someone to poke your stomach lightly. Lower your arm and leg slowly, then switch sides and repeat the pattern. Each pair of sides counts as 1 repetition. Start with 4 repetitions per side. But here's where this exercise becomes truly powerful: progression. In week 2, increase your hold time to 8 seconds. In week 3, introduce a subtle pulse at the top of the movement. Once you're in the extended position, lift your arm and leg 1 extra inch, then return to the straight line. That small pulse forces your stabilizer muscles to adapt even more, creating new strength and better control. Now let's talk about the part of this exercise most people never realize. The bird dog doesn't just strengthen muscles, it improves neural plasticity. That means it helps your brain form new connections. Research teams studying seniors who regularly performed cross-body stability movements like the bird dog discovered increases in brain volume, particularly in the regions responsible for spatial awareness, balance, and movement control. That's right, while most people your age are losing brain tissue, this exercise can actually help you rebuild it. It also protects bone density. When your limbs extend away from your center of gravity, your bones experience something called mechanical loading, a process that stimulates bone-building cells. Consistent practice can slow, or even slightly reverse, age-related bone loss. When you put it all together, you get an exercise that heavy checkmark strengthens your entire core. Heavy checkmark improves spinal alignment. Heavy checkmark reduces back pain. Heavy checkmark enhances balance. Heavy checkmark boosts coordination. Heavy checkmark improves cognitive processing. Heavy checkmark stimulates bone strength. Heavy checkmark and promotes smoother, safer movement patterns. That's why it's our #1 exercise. It simply does more for your body in 1 minute than most routines do in 15. Before we wrap up, let's recap the entire 5-minute routine you can perform daily. Wall push UPS with controlled hold, 8 reps. Seated leg lifts, 10 reps per leg. Modified chair squats, 5 to 12 reps. Heel raises with balance hold, 8 to 15 reps. Bird dog holds, 4 reps per side. Do this routine at least 4 times a week, and you're going to feel stronger, steadier, more energized, and more confident in your movements within just a couple of weeks. Your job is not perfection, your job is simply to keep showing up. Now I want to hear from you in the comments. Backhand index pointing right. Which of these 5 exercises are you planning to start with today? Backhand index pointing right. And what's your #1 goal? Better balance, less pain, or more overall strength? Your answers help me create even better routines for you. If you want me to turn this entire 5-minute routine into a printable chart or a downloadable weekly tracker, comment, make the chart, below, and I'll create it in the next video.